Hello, Prestoncrest. It's exciting for Darlene and me to be able to talk to you. Um, I guess we first want to talk about why we are missionaries. Maybe Darlene could do that first.
For me, it started in Sunday school in Oklahoma, and classes, especially I think the sixth grade. Then we studied the journeys of Paul, and I remember thinking, I could do that. I want to do that, and that just stayed with me. Went on to Abilene and met Charles and shared that passion together and with other students, and it's just stuck with me all these years.
Interesting that my Sunday school did Journeys Through the Bible, and even though that wasn't always the most exciting thing, it was the church, and Paul was my hero. And so when I went to university in Oklahoma, and I met a good friend who loved the Lord and wanted to serve the church, and that helped me to want to serve. And then I met people who were interested in mission down at Abilene Christian, and it very quickly became a desire that we wouldn't fulfill for many, many years, but a desire that stayed with us all that time. We want to talk about some goals for 2013 for Made in the Streets. And it's been what an exciting year it was last year to be part of Made in the Streets. We had lots of students finish and go out into the world and get jobs, and we have a lot of new kids that came in, and we have new team members, and we built a new building, and it was just a great, exciting year. But for this year, we have a project called The Story that we would like to do. We're going to spend 31 weeks studying the Bible and just immerse ourselves in Scripture. And we're going to do sermons and Sunday school classes and classes at Made in the Streets, and all the things we do are going to be around the passages for each one of those weeks. And Darlene, why don't you talk about what you've done for the skills training students?
Well, again, we just wanted to be immersed in that chapter of the Bible for the week. And so even the skills classes, hairdressing, auto mechanics, agriculture, we wanted to tie that to the scriptures, to the chapter. And so I really was able to find a connection for every one of our 7 skills areas each week to stay with that chapter. And what I hope it does is that it inspires the kids as they go out from us, as they continue to read the Bible, go to church, that what they learn won't just affect their inner self, but it will also affect the job they do, the people they serve.
After about 20 weeks of doing that, we're going to do a seminar where we invite people from 50 congregations to come out to Kamulu, and we'll show them what we've done. We'll give them a copy of Scripture. We'll give them a copy of all the lesson plans we have, and they'll be able to go home and do that in their own congregations, which will be exciting. Another goal for 2013 is that we want to get the titles to all the lands that are ours and get all of our properties secure. It's not an easy thing to get title to property in Kenya. It takes years to finally get all of the things signed and actually get the document. And so we want to work hard on those this year, as well as making sure that all of our property is very secure. We have a goal for our exiting students as well. So, Darlene, you want to talk about that?
Well, we want them to go out and be involved with Jesus, and especially involved so much that they would, wherever they work and wherever they live, that they will invite people into, however small their apartment is, for weekly Bible study, to be an evangelist, to keep sharing that word that they've learned.
Doing Made in the Streets and working with street kids and with the team we have in Kenya has been such a great blessing to me. I didn't know it, but when I met street kids and we started working with them, I was to find my heart's desire, that thing that I was made for, that God had prepared me for, and that really fulfilled my life as a minister. And so it's been an exciting thing to be involved with street kids and with young people in Kenya who work with them and who care about the ministry. It's just been what I wanted to do with my life. How about you, Darlene?
For me, it's been a delight to see kids change. See, because of this ministry, we get to see a teenager come in, or a 12 to 13-year-old, they've been living in the garbage. They've been engaged in bad behavior. They have no hope. They have no skills. They have no social skills. And to see that within, say, 4 years, to just change for their confidence in God's work inside them, to know that they can do something, they can learn, they can actually get along with people, to see that. So we get to see that. And every 4 years, okay, so they're gone, but we're constantly getting in new ones. And so we get to just watch God's work in people. And because they're teenagers, it just happens just within a few short years. We get to watch it happen.
The ministry has blessed a lot of other people too. Some of these young people, like Laurent Mugambi, who was 13 years old, sleeping on the streets, had never been to school, and he came to Made in the Streets. He was with us about a year and a half, and our team decided he was bright enough and had progressed enough, he could go to a primary school. And so they took him to a school, and they put him in the 7th grade. And he finished the 8th grade there, and then our team put him in a catering school, and he learned how to cook, and by God's grace, he got an internship at the University of Nairobi in their cafeteria. They loved him there. They wanted to keep him as an employee. 7 years now he's worked, and just a valued employee there. And he comes back and helps Made in the Streets in our cooking program. And he married one of the girls from the streets who came through our program. They have 2 lovely children. It's just great to see what it's done for his life. And then there are other kids like Mary Wythera.
Yeah, one more thing about Laurent. Here he was living in the garbage. We've seen his little house. And he served and cooked for 2 different presidents of his country. You know, that's just what God can do. And then with Mary, here's a girl that grew up on the streets, had no future, no confidence, no one loved her, but God did. And God's made her into a beautiful, capable young woman that can not only keep a job, but please her boss so much. When we talk to him, he's just honored that Mary works for him. And this last year, she won the award for the best of all the cooking staff in this very fine, expensive restaurant. And that's just God. That's just God at work in her.
It's been a real blessing to visitors who come from churches in the U.S. to visit with us and work with us too. There was a young couple who came and spent 6 months with us after putting their jobs on hold. And when they came back to Tennessee, they sold their house and they moved into a low-income neighborhood and started living a very simple life so they would have more money to give to ministries like this. And so there are just inspiring stories. There was a man who served as a teacher in a school in the Dallas area, and he decided after visiting us that he would leave that school and go to a smaller school and teach there so he would have lots of time to spend serving Made in the Streets. And right now he's developing some courses for us so that all our students who finish can go beyond their skills training into some additional training, and they can do it online. And so we're really happy that he's building it out for us. And there are a lot of other stories of people who've been blessed from the ministry. A young man who came and who then decided to start an inner-city ministry in the U.S. for runaway kids and homeless people. And so it's just a delight to see how people who come and maybe only spend 2 or 3 weeks with us have their lives changed as well by this ministry. Thank you, Prestoncrest, for your support. May God bless you in all your work and all your ministry. Thank you for letting us talk to you. Bye now.